Right, we're back in the gaming pantry with the second part of this wee video where we're doing Csi, games with Csi. You'll notice that the rainbows are back, yes, because we're in lockdown again, aren't we? So I've been out for a bit of a run in between videos, round the garden and back in again. Can't go too far these days because the old ticker won't take it. Yes, we have a bit of a change round. Yes, back by popular demand. Yes. Popular by demand by, I don't know, me. Possibly, I don't know. We changed the game in the room as well. You may notice it says Pac-Mania in the background. So we're playing Pac-Mania on the Mega Drive. Well, I'm not playing Pac-Mania at the Mega Drive. I'm doing this because that would be a bit impossible. There we go. This has been on a recent video. Do I need to show you the inside? Why not? So many people actually was remarked about what a good condition copy of a game this was. Great hanger. It's got the manual. It's got the cartridge, obviously, because there wouldn't be a game in the background. And it's also got a poster in there as well, which has basically been touched. Great pick up that from a local game store. Probably on one of my previous videos, which may be up there at some point. We'll tell you to click on something. If you're watching on the computer, if you're watching on the Xbox, it won't tell you. Right. So, we've done B. We've now got C. The bad news is that C is slightly less than B by one game. So I have to try and plough through these as quickly as possible. What have we got? So let's start with Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2010. You can see it's a great big sort of US USC thing on there. But it's also a 16, which means it's European. So it's got a purple thing down the side that we mentioned earlier. All slightly different. Game and the manual in English. I don't condone hunting at all in any way, shape or form. But I don't have many Cabela games in my collection. There's a boatload of these on the Wii in America. Loads of them. You can actually buy the rifle sort of like thing to add on. Put the Wii in it. I mean, it might be interesting to have something like that, but you know, I don't go around shooting animals. That's not the right thing to do. You got bears, you got deer, you got ducks, and some sort of bison. I think in the top right hand corner, bison. Yeah, it looks like a bison. So there we go. Not played this one yet, and you can see it says not for resale, so it's obviously coming without the gun on it. But yeah, loads of those around. Right, Call of Duty time. Yes, Call of Duty games on the Wii. Are there? Yes, of course there are. Call of Duty games on every system, mate. Mobile phones. Sure there's one on the Atari 2600. There must have been. So what we got? We've got Black Ops. And again, as I mentioned in the earlier video, these will be sort of scaled down versions of the 360 and PlayStation 3 versions. I've played Black Ops. I'm terrible. Anybody who's watched me play Quantum of Solace will know I'm not very good at FPS games. But yeah, the best-selling first-person franchise of all time is here on the Wii. Breathless and amazing. Actually, it's not bad, actually. It looks pretty good on the Wii. But yeah, loads of these Call of Duty games. Are there? Yes, there are. Here's another one for you. Modern Warfare, the Redux Edition, or the Reflex Edition. Sorry, not Redux, Reflex Edition. Again, this is graphically not as good as the other versions, but again, I'm terrible at this game as well. I was terrible on the PlayStation 3, so test your reflexes in the biggest shooter of all time. You'll notice there's a big sort of gun attachment. The zapper, I mentioned the zapper in the early part of the video as well. So what you do is you get your zapper, you get the Wii zapper, you put the Wii remote into it, and then you can use and then put the nunchuck underneath, and then you use the nunchuck to move around, and you've got the sort of gun attachment. And there's where the trigger is. It goes into the bottom of the Wii remote, so it's really good. It works really well. You've got Wii zappers are absolutely essential for these sort of games. Definitely worth having. Definitely worth having. I should take more. Stop throwing these on the floor. Follow up, which was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Yes, this was the third game in the series of Modern Warfare, but for some reason the second one never made it to Wii. The third one did. So you got Modern Warfare, and there was Modern Warfare 2, and then there was Modern Warfare 3. This Modern Warfare 2 never made it to the Wii. This one did, though. Not played it. Oh, there's a firework goes off in the background. Someone outside setting off fireworks. Why are they outside? They should be at home like I am. Stuck inside. The definitive multiplayer experience returns. Special Ops co-op reinvented with all new survival mode. That's the one I don't know anything about, that one. Best-selling first-person franchise action history type thing, yeah. Is that the Eiffel Tower being blown up? Oh, I should hope so. There's an incentive to play that game. They've blown the Eiffel Tower up. Fantastic. Another one of these, which is Call of Duty World at War, which, of course, the first person expert in this house is Mrs. Bear, and she didn't like this one at all. I think it's got Kiefer Sutherland doing the voiceover work on this one, if it's the same version. But this one is set in the Far East. This is set in the Japanese side of the Call of Duty series. So most of the stuff was sort of focused on the European side of things. This was focused more on the sort of Japanese and the jungle warfare over there. So there we go. And there was one more, and it was the early games, which was still based on World War II, and this is Call of Duty 3. I think that's all the Wii games on this. I don't think the big red one came out on the Wii. I think it only came out on the Xbox and the PlayStation 2. I don't think it made it to the Wii. This was the first Call of Duty game on the Wii. I'm pretty sure of that. There we go. Brings you closer than ever to the fury of combat. And again, World War II is more my sort of thing, so I'd be more inclined to play that one than the other ones. This is a sort of game which, as I mentioned before, the Wii gets tarnished with all the time. But my God, it's sold millions of copies. It still holds its value. It brought out 2 sequels to it. And all I remember when I remember playing it was thinking there was this overwhelming feeling that everything was sort of like brown and sort of dull, which is completely different to what the front cover is. And this is Carnival Funfair Games. Just remember playing it and thinking, this is a bit... Well, maybe that was another game. I don't know. I just wasn't very impressed with it. I just really wasn't very impressed with it. Why has this game sold so many? Why is this game so popular? No idea. But it's a game all the family can sit down and play. 25 games, dunk tank, test your strength, hole in one, ring toss, clown splash, balloon darts, day at the races, shooting gallery, and many more. Over 250 virtual prizes to be won. Yeah, I mean, all the family can sit and play it, but you know, if you're like me and you sit there and play it on your own, it's a bit wasted on me. Mind you, if I've got that sort of game in my collection, you'll be thinking, I deserve to sit there and play it on my own. No wonder no one else wants to play it with me. And then after that one, we've got Carnival mini game golf game, Carnival Games mini golf. Now I don't mind a mini golf game, so I have a little bit more respect for this one than I do for it. Oh, I noticed there's a crack at the top of the case. You probably can't see that. Yeah, the case is cracked at the top. So I have to swap that out with one of my other ones. Yeah. And it looks like someone's eaten the plastic down the side as well. But those people, what do they do to their games? No idea. A Hole in Fun. God, who wrote that? They deserve to be shot. But yeah, it's mini golf in the Carnival Games universe. That's your sort of thing. Run out and buy a copy today. I like golf, so there's more chance of me playing that one. I've got a feeling this is someone's answer to Super Smash Brothers. Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion. Featuring Johnny Bravo, Ben 10. Yeah, we spoke about him earlier, didn't we? Ben 10. The Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack Chowder. Flapjack. Sounds like a menu now. Codename Kids Next Door and Billy and Mandy. Well, I've heard of some of those. There you go. I told you I know some of these kids' things. Johnny Bravo especially. What a great cartoon that was. Remember Johnny Bravo? Why do they not show that anymore? This is... someone's done me. I don't know. Well, actually, maybe not. The instruction booklet appears to be... in foreign. That's interesting. Gesundheits und something else in German. Oh my God. That's unusual. I'm going to have to find a manual for that, because that is not the real manual. But it may be the way it's done, because of the instruction, the safety manual's in that same sort of thing. Strange, isn't it? So is it a foreign copy? No, it's an English copy with the foreign language instructions. How bizarre. Toon versus Toon. So it is like Smash Brothers. I don't know, I just... Fighting games, your favourite cartoon characters. Oh, Captain Planet's in it as well. Play as 26 of your favourite Cartoon Network characters. 11 Cartoon Network shows. Yeah, it's Toon versus Toon as the best puncher wins all. Yeah. Dunno. Not my sort of thing. That is an official cover, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So, very good not getting done on the covers. I was talking to somebody about this the other day about... we mentioned Sean earlier in the video. It's not his video, but we mentioned him quite a lot. And he's on about... someone's telling me about games that Blast made. They weren't very good Blast. They were like data design interactive. They were just... Blast used to be Mastertronic. It made some pretty fair games back in the Commodore 64 and 8-bits Spectrum days, but not anymore. And they brought out a game based on this cartoon series, and I said, I don't remember having that one anywhere at all. It might be on PlayStation, because Sean's picked them all up for the PlayStation 2. But this one, just looking at it now, is actually for the Wii, and this is Casper's Scare School, Spooky Sports Day, with the Blast logo at the bottom. So Sean, there's a game for you. Mind you, clicked for PS2, weren't you? So this might not be on your radar as such. Yeah, Spooky Sports Day. So again, it's another series of mini games. You can see why people hate the Wii, can't you? Go and play something like this instead. Kate West, The Vanishing Files. Find the clues, solve the crimes. It's simple as that. Does exactly what it says on the box. And this is a sort of I think it's a point and click again, like Broken Sword was. But we've got a manual and the disc inside. There we go. And yeah, seek with the magnifying glass to uncover evidence, solve the mystery files and a mystery from Kate's past, and cooperate with a friend in story mode. So yeah, if that's the sort of thing you enjoy, then there you go. I don't think it's going to be particularly challenging for most people except myself, because it's got the age 7 on it. So if it was a bit harder than that, it would be well, but again, it's got a nice graphical look to that. I like those sort of things. Now, oh dear me, this trade descriptions, people, again. Where are you? Celebrity Sports Showdown. Now I'll leave it to you to decide whether most of these people are actually what they say they are on the front. Paul Pierce, who appears to be a basketball type person because he's got a basketball on the end of his finger. Christy Yamaguchi, I think she used to be an ice skater, possibly because she's wearing ice skating shoes. Then we've got somebody called Keith Urban, who looks a bit like Kurt Cobain, but I don't think it is. Sugar Ray Leonard, who was last seen in the 1980s. Fergie, it's definitely not the former of the Royal Family. I think she's the Black Eyed Peas, isn't it? I think. And the only one I've heard of Sugar Ray Leonard. There's Avril Lavigne as well, who's possibly the only person on there that people have heard of before. Again, it's an EA game, and they're like freestyle label, which I've never heard of either. And again, it's a collection of mini games based on celebrity sports. Is there anybody? Oh yes, there are. There is a couple of the people on the back. You may weren't on the front cover. See, they might have sold it because they got Leanne Rimes. Was it Can't Find the Moonlight? That song from Coyote Ugly. Nelly Furtado, who had a massive hit years ago with, what was it called? Hung Like a Bird. No, I'm Like a Bird. That was it. No, if you think it's Hung Like a Bird, you'll never not hear that song like that again. And then also somebody called Mia Hamm, who I've never heard of, and Reggie Bush, who, for those who know American football, Reggie Bush, former Miami Dolphin, San Francisco 49er, now an analyst for ESPN, Fox College Sports Football on Saturday. But yes, a lot of party games with loads of people that you possibly all have not even heard of before. And there we go. I've got my pound's worth just doing that. I'm going to play it now. I've just done that bit for you. There you go. Remember, I play these games. I buy these games so you don't have to. I play them sometimes so you don't have to either. This is Champion Jockey, which has got G1 Jockey and Gallop Racer in it. Now, I'll get a bit confused with this because there is a G1 game for it. I think I've got it, but I'm not sure there's a Gallop Racer game separately as well. So it's another horse game. That's our first horse game, isn't it? I think, possibly. Yeah. Stay tuned for M. You'll enjoy that one. Yeah, Yeah, the race is yours for the taking. These games have been incredibly popular in the Far East. Now this is balance board compatible, and this makes me laugh. Look at that picture in the middle there, the jockey. So what I'm expected to do, and I'm sure someone's going to suggest this, is get a balance board out, get a hat on. I've got a collection of silly hats, and have a nunchuck and a remote control in my hand, and probably expect to bounce up and down on the balance board and simulate I'm riding a horse. With my knees and my back, I ain't got the hope in doing that. Oh dear! And this is what it is. Cheggers party quiz. You know, Cheggers is former or the late Keith Chegwin now, of course, children's television presenter, and then resident occupier of television screens for 20 odd years after that. And it's just him hosting a quiz. A virtual Keith Chegwin, which, to be honest with you, I can't think of anything more scary at the time anyway. And it's just a series of questions and things, and with his likeness and his voice in it. Which is rather spooky to play now, because he's long gone. But 2-3 years now. Come, Keith. Don't know. This one I've got absolutely no idea about. I've never even heard of it. I don't know if it's a series or whatever. It's called Sid the Dummy, I suppose, or Cid the Dummy. Probably a bit too formal. Got the manual. Join Sid in his action-packed adventure to save the day, the world, and the girl. Aha, okay. It looks terrible. It really does. It's got that horrible sort of graphic look to it that I don't know, just sort of screams laziness. Not particularly difficult to get hold of. Oh, it's our old friends Popcorn Arcade. What they produced for us this time, Retro Bear? Well, another winner. This is classic British motor racing. I mean, they haven't even come up with an imaginative title, have they? They just said, what's this game about? Well, it's classic cars and it's motor racing, right? And are they British? Yes. Brilliant. There we go, with that title. Classic British motor racing. There's a series of classic cars there, and when I picked this up, and again, in the midst of time, there is a video, so I did sort of go on about this game, about how the fact they were sort of able to get hold of these amazing 12 high-performance classic cars, an Austin Mini Cooper, a Triumph TR2, there's Rover 6, Riley M, Austin Healey 3000, Triumph Spitfire, and other games in there, and other cars in there as well. How they managed to get sort of hold of those licenses, I don't know, to be able to use those cars in those games. I don't know what was going on with the 360 version of, or the PlayStation 3 version of Gran Turismo 6 or 5. Can't remember. But I couldn't select the Kia. I drive a Kia. Yes, I know. But that's all I could afford. And couldn't find my car in. I couldn't find a Kia brand in that. But I can go on to play Forza, and they're in there. I've taken my car around the Nürburgring on the 360 and Forza. So why they got the licenses to those cars, I don't know. Is it a terrible game? Likely. Am I going to play it? Yes, because it's a racing game. At some point in the future. Clever Kids, Creepy Crawlies. Ugh. I think there's 2 Clever Kids games. But it's from Midas. Remember Midas, PlayStation 2 developer? Everybody hates Midas and PlayStation 1. Everybody hates Midas games. This is just a series of sort of colouring and spot the difference and move the tile type games. You know, there's no game there at all. Hi, I'm Sprocket. Join me. No, I'm not going to bother. A game based on a film. Not a bad little film, actually, to be fair. Even spawned a sequel, I think. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So I don't mind this one being licensed. When a game like Balls of Fury being licensed, I get a bit angry because there's no game in that. But this is based around the film. It's a disaster of epic proportions. What the world needs is a hero. Players Flint, not Larry. Well, yeah, it looks quite cartoony. Run, jump, climb, slice, dice, melt, and puzzle solve your way through the level after level of food mayhem. Ah, sounds like my sort of thing. Team up with a friend at any time to play as Flint's pet Monkey Steve. I don't think you can say that now. I think it's a bit on, you know, not politically correct to call somebody Monkey Steve. From Monkeys to Penguins. It's Disney's Club Penguin Game Day. This is a series of games involving mini-games involving penguins. From the very, very popular Club Penguin thing, which I've only ever heard about. What we got here? Disney Movie Reward Card. Lovely. Enter this code for Club Penguin type thing. But I think Club Penguin's finished now. Oh, there's even a little poster here. Is there a poster? Oh yeah, look at that. A little poster. Club Penguin Game Day. That's brilliant. And there's a manual in here as well. Yeah, the gang's all here. That's a full house. That's a full house, that one. Oh dear. We love our bumps, don't we? Brucey bonuses, as we used to call them. And yeah, actually, it's all right, that one. It's what it is, but it's got penguins in it. This is another series of mini-games. I don't know much about this character, but there's two games. There's a fishing game as well. Or another game in the series. Cockatoo Magic Circus. I think there's actually a game with a gun. This came with a gun. Say not for resale on the back now. I think there is. You can't. It's not easy one to pick up, that one. But this game is dead easy to pick up. Become a sharpshooter. Use the Wii Remote as a gun. 40 mini-games. But yeah, it's sort of a strange sort of style, that one. But yeah, don't know much more about it from that one. This one I've heard is sort of, I say it's not difficult to track down, but you don't see it everywhere. But it's again one of these games which isn't expensive to find. And I'm not sure. I think this might be based on a TV series. This is Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity, and I hope I pronounced that right. It might be Lyoko. I don't know. So one of my friends at the Game Factory also did the Build-A-Bear game. I think it is based on... It sort of looks like one of these things which is meant to be, I think, sort of designed in that anime style, but actually isn't. Comes with 3 different languages, so it's not as bad as some games, but we're getting towards poor territory. But I think I was speaking to... Mrs. Bear's niece came, because she's a gamer as well. She's very into her Fortnite and stuff like that. Fortnite. Is it Fortnite? Yeah, I think it is. Might not be Fortnite, might be something else. Badlands. She's Borderlands, that's it, Badlands. Borderlands, she's very into Borderlands, or she was anyway, and she came to stay with us for a few days and saw the games room, her pantry, and she thought, wow, this is great. And then she mentioned that to me as a TV series, I think, so I don't know. I could be wrong. I could have just made all that up like everything else I seem to do. Not the microphone, smash everything over. Colin McRae's Dirt 2. I was a big fan of Colin McRae games. Again, not many racing games on the Wii, I have to say, which is a bit disappointing. Even more disappointing, there's no manual. I've got a safety guide, though. That's good. So I shan't poke my eye out with a disc. Just won't be able to play it. Yeah, I've played this actually. It's not as nice looking as the other Colin McRae games on the other systems, but it's a Colin McRae game at the same time. It's might have to PlayStation 1 games all the way through. Fantastic, be good fun. Cooking Mama. I think there is a sequel on the Wii, and there's loads of Cooking Mama games on the DS. Do you know? I was so looking forward to playing that, and I can't help but say I was a bit disappointed. I played it on the DS years ago. I remember playing it years and years ago. The aforementioned niece was a baby then. That's how long ago it was, I think, and she's grown up now. But I remember just sort of being... And I got this on the Wii, and I thought, all I'm doing here is just sort of going... with the and I can't on the DS I was going like that with the stylus. But yeah, he was chopping something. I don't know, it just... 505 games. Again, it's one of these games that looks sort of like it should be Japanese, but it isn't. It's by a European, I think, developer. Yeah, Italian, aren't they, 505? I mean, it's all right, but I don't see the jump. This one is probably still, it's again, 4 or 5 quid, something like that. Second one is a little bit more expensive. Now, I know if somebody I know has got one of these. You swine. I so want one of these for a reason. There is a game in the Cooking Mama series, or the Cooking Mama world, which is completely different. No cooking involved. Just babysitting. Why are there 2 babysitting games in this video? I don't know. But there is Babysitting Mama, and if you look at the top corner there, it actually came with a baby. There is actually a box version. I think it's Nath Retro 1 who's got this. Do you know when you want something in your collection just for the fact they say you've got it and it's a bit sort of like unique, and you wouldn't really want it for a particular reason. He's got that. I desperately want that. 505. I've never seen one in the flesh, but yeah, there's actually like a sort of. Well, we had a discussion about this on the podcast many episodes ago. I think you could sort of within the doll. There's somewhere you say insert it. That sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it? Within the doll, there's somewhere you can put the Wii remote in, and then you sort of have to move the doll. You sort of rock it to sleep and things like that. And Nate will tell you all about it. He's good at that game. But yeah, I don't know. One day I'll find it. This one, again, I know nothing about it. I'm pretty sure it's maybe a TV series or a series of books or something, or what have you. Whoops. I'm going to have to reset this. I'll be... Right. I'm hoping that's going to say... The reason I had to stop that then and sort of disappear is because my microphone sort of clamp has broken, or the threads on it are so worn out now it won't hold in place. So I've actually got it clamped to the desk at the moment. And I just moved it a short while ago. I realised it was about to fall off onto the floor, which would be an absolute disaster, wouldn't it, really? So I've reset it. Hopefully, that'll be alright now. You can hear me. I say hopefully. We'll have to see, won't we? Just that little bit. There we go. Right. Where were we? Cosmic Family. I've never heard of it before. But I think it may be a cartoon or a series or books or something like that. I don't know. It says for ages 3 to 7, so it's right within my age range for certain sure. Learn by discovering and exploring, which is probably the best way to do things, I'm going to be honest with you. Again, not... It's the sort of thing you want to. One of these things up there, which will probably say, I've played this at some point. If you want to go see me play this game, there's a video on my channel. Something surprisingly, in the gameplay section. It's Countdown the Game. And that's exactly what it is. It's Countdown the Game. There is nothing else to it. There's no Rachel Riley, there's no Susie Dent, there's no Nick Hewer, there's no anybody, no Giles Brandreth, no Dictionary Corner. It is just a series of games with letters and numbers. It could not get more basic than that. It does have the theme tune though. But that's it. You know, there's nothing else to it whatsoever. You are playing Countdown with the Wii remote. But for some reason, that game never drops below sort of £4. Now, there's 2 games in this series. This one is not cheap, not a cheap game. I say cheap game compared to some of the other ones. The other one is not a cheap game either. Second one I think that's about 12-15 quid. This one is about 5 to 8 I think usually. And this is Country Dance, 25 plus chart topping hits, none of them in the UK. So I mentioned before, I don't mind my country music. Don't mind some of it. Some of it's a bit, what's the word, whiny. You know, you left me and now my dog's dead, sort of thing. But yeah, featuring Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert, Johnny Cash, Miley Cyrus, Billy Ray Cyrus, Gretchen Wilson, Randy Travis, Tim McGraw, a lot of people who sound like they've been making country music records. They really aren't. But you don't see these very often. If you see the second one, I'll grab it because I've got a feeling that's going to sort of shoot through the roof. It's a dancing game, and there's 6 languages on the back, which gives you an idea that it's really terrible, possibly. Yeah, Carrie Underwood, Brooks and Dunn, Miranda Lambert, Johnny Cash, Tim McGraw, Zach Brown Band, John Thompson, not the comedian, Jericho Neumann, Luke Bryan, Laura Bell Bundy, Alan Jackson, who's a character in EastEnders, Mary Chapin Carpenter's I Feel Lucky, I know that one. Blake Shelton, Sugarland, Tracy Adkins, other people, Brad Paisley, and Toby Keith, I think is the big artist on there. Anyway, if you like country music, that's the sort of thing you should do. I need to buy a cowboy hat, and some boots, and a belt, which says Stop the Count on it, or something like that. Cranium Kabuki, which I believe was a board game. A different sort of board game which people sort of really enjoyed, then they made a game out of it and they said the game is not as good as the board game. which probably explains it. Because, you know, when I see things like Cluedo and Monopoly, games made of them. Now, this is actually in 3D. There is a pair of 3D glasses. You'll notice I don't have them. It says includes decoder mask. Well, that, you know, sort of 3D glasses, yeah. But again, it's not difficult to find them, I think. I think this was sold to me with the glasses, and there were no glasses in there. And I just couldn't be bothered for the sake of 50 pence to take it back to CEX. But I don't know, I've never played it because I've got the glasses. So, Crash Bandicoot. You'll notice the T-shirt. I'm not showing you the fat bulge, which is below it. Crash the Titans made it to the Wii. I think there was maybe another Crash game that came out as well. Mind Over Mutant, I think, was the other game that came out in this series. This one, I think, is... I said I've not really played it because I don't like Crash Bandicoot games other than Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation 1. I need to give it a go. It's got a giant dent in the back of it, but I think I got this for such a good price. It was not worth leaving it behind. I think I got this for a couple of quid, and it's usually about an £8 or £10 game. This one, but I don't think people like this Crash game. I think it's pretty much not very well regarded. This looked like a really interesting game. If you go back to my very, very first pickup video in March 2018 on this channel, if you go back to that one, I did, yes, you can't believe it, a 2-minute pickup video. 2 minutes. I did 2 games. In fact, it's less than 2, about 1 minute and 15 seconds, and this was one of the games. So he sort of timestamps that. And I really like the idea of this game, and I was a bit disappointed when I actually sort of sat down and played it. And it's called Create. Your imagination, unlock a world of play. And I really wanted to like this game. It's an EA game. But it just... I don't know, it just seemed a bit fiddly. And it should be a lot more fun than it actually is. You know, you create your own scenes. You use your imagination to unlock rewards. You experiment to solve fun challenges. You open up, I mean, it's been 2 years since I played it, but I just remember being... well, I've not gone back to it. Spark your imagination. The imagination was, I don't really like this. I don't really want to spark my imagination. I don't like it. Mentioned the lack of racing games on the Wii. This is an old arcade game, I'm pretty sure of it. Or an old N64 title. It's on from Midway. And I'm pretty sure it's a terrible game as well. It's Cruising. I never actually played it, but I'm pretty sure it's got a crappy reputation. Someone's eaten my manual. Ripping that one. Damn. Win the race. Peel the adrenaline. Feel the adrenaline rush as you race your opponents through popular iconic destinations using licensed turbocharged cars. Yeah, I don't think it's got a very good reputation, this one, but I don't know, I like me racing games. I might give that one a go. Only 5 to go, then you're free. Then you're free to go. 5 after more. This was a popular TV series. I've never watched it before, so I've got no idea. I'm just taking everyone else's word on that one. And this is Csi Deadly Intent. With that bloke up there who is not Forrest Whitaker. It's the other bloke, Fishburne, I think. Is it Lawrence Fishburne? In The Matrix. Yeah, based on a popular TV series which I've never watched. Now, if that wasn't enough for you CSI freaks out there, there's another one, Fatal Conspiracy. Which I'm sure is exactly the same thing. Point and click adventures, I think, solving crimes, beating up suspects possibly. If you like that. And then you're well catered for if you're a Wii owner and you like CSI. You're probably exploding at the moment. Hard Evidence. And this one doesn't have Lawrence Fishburne on the front. In fact, it doesn't have anybody I recognise on the front of it. And as expected, these games look like they've not been played. So, yeah, the truth is yours to discover. I'm sure they're very good games. I just haven't got the patience all the time to play them. Another game which, again, people will know about, you know, with this term hidden gem that keeps coming up. I don't like using that term hidden gem because they shouldn't be hidden. You've got to discover these games yourself. You've got to take a chance of punt on them and try and find out if they're any good or not. And if you like them, great, you can tell people about them. And if anybody's talking about them, then they're not hidden gems, are they? And again, it's not very difficult. A couple of quid, this will cost you if you're lucky or unlucky. Cursed Mountain. So I think I've got to have a charity shop of all things. And it's a survival horror type game. And there's like a climber's log inside to read that one and all sorts. And it's a rather scary looking back cover. But yeah, I think as part of the genre, it's not as good as perhaps it's made out to be. But you know, amongst all the stuff floating around on the Wii, that's not a bad one to have. Certainly better than this one, because you need a bit. Again, did someone send me this one, or did I buy it? I think someone may have sent me this, or did I pick it up? I can't remember. Cyberbike Cycling Sports. Now there is, as you can see there, they're sort of sat next to a couple of bikes. See, more fool them because they've got kit on, they've got obviously their helmets on and whatever. And the thing is, there was actually an exercise bike attachment for this. I don't say an attachment. You literally had an exercise bike, you plugged it into the Wii, and then you went cycling. What a great idea. I've never been able to track down one of those cycles. They were, I think, at one point horrendously expensive. I think they've come down in price a lot. I think there was one for sale not far from me, but something like 100 quid. And I was like, I can't justify it. I've got an exercise bike, believe it or not. Yeah. What a waste of money that is. But yeah, I'm going to spend £100 on a Wii peripheral. And this is when people sort of ask me about full sets and things. Oh, are you going to go and buy a full set? I'm not prepared to pay £100 for an exercise bike that gets plugged into the Wii. So I'm not prepared to go and sort of spend, £60, £80 on the Xenoblade Chronicles Special Edition and the Last Story Special Edition and Pandora's Tower Special Edition. I'm going to buy an exercise bike. But you can play the game without using the exercise bike. I don't see why you would, because I can't really imagine that would be much fun. But yeah, I'm sure there's some mini games in there as well. Drive submarines, helicopters. Yes, there's some mini games in there. There we go. So, as I said at the very start, today's episode has been brought to you by the letters B, C, and the numbers 37 and 36, equaling 73. And that's B and C on the Wii collection. Next up will be D&E, slightly less games than before, but there's a lot of games in the Disney series. If you like Disney games, you'll enjoy that one possibly. I don't know, we'll have to see. Anyway, thank you for your patience, thank you for your time, thank you for your consideration. If you have enjoyed that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, tick the bell for more videos when they go up. In the meantime, everybody, hope you enjoyed that. More soon. It's trying to condense it into about 15 episodes. Yeah, wait till we get to M and T, then we are really in trouble. Anyway, take care, mind what you're doing, do stay safe out there for the time being. Until we speak again, this is the Retro Bear saying toodaloo and bye for now.